Cyclone Harold taking aim at Vanuatu this morning. Current position 14.6 degrees south, 165.1 degrees east. This is as of 5 a.m. in Luganville. The storm had winds of 120 miles an hour. The current pressure 950 millibars. Moving west southeast at 3 miles an hour. Current CDPS stage 6. So this is mainly forward. Rainfall has slightly decreased due to the slowing down of the storm. But if you are in the Vanuatu area, make sure to keep an eye on the storm, as you're going to be locally flash flooding and it could be landslides. Current distance of miles: Luganville 120, Port Vila 278, Noumea on New Caledonia 526, and Nadi 804 on Fiji. Weather in effect for Vanuatu. This is a life-threatening situation. If you have not done your cyclone preparations, make sure to do them right now, as you might not be able to do them in the near future. Force switching is going with winds of 120 miles an hour. Sati is going well below that at winds of 103 miles an hour. ADT is also going with 120. ATCF and JTWC, they're both going with winds of 130 miles an hour and a pressure 937 millibars. As of right now, it doesn't seem that likely, as the sky has collapsed on itself due to wind shear, as you see. Cyclone Harold this morning as of 5 a.m. Vanuatu Standard Time, winds of 120 miles an hour, current pressure 950 millibars, CDPS stage 6 devastating, and the storm was at 14.6 south, 165.1 degrees east. And as you see, that puts most of those islands in under the gun what could be, and Fiji's not out of this either. So this is current GFS monitor, as you can see, they have the kind of making a twirl around itself once, and then moving towards those islands, as you can see. Right there, you can see it moves toward those islands, and some of Fiji could be getting some maybe tropical storm force gusts or sustaining winds, as well as this storm can pass really close to some of those southern islands, if not pass uncomfortably close to them as well. We're getting some locally heavy rainfall and maybe some gusty winds. This is the vorticity from Pivotal Weather. You can see it really starts to centralize and become really intense. That core does. In the next 12 to 24 hours, as it really stalls for a little bit, and you can see it really just gains a lot of venom. You can see that it could really punch those islands pretty hard, being reminiscent to almost a Winston or Pam type scenario, except, well, on the other side heading another way. But as you can see, Port Tasty has it slamming into those islands, and Fiji could be getting some gusty winds as well. So as you see, this is the current sea surface temperatures. You can see right here, 28 to 29 degrees Celsius right now under the storm, 29. But as you continue to move south a little bit, they'll also start to tamper off into 28 degrees Celsius waters. There is some little bits of 30 degrees Celsius as the storm starts to pull some of those waters to the north down with it. So that could fuel the storm even more than it needs to, and with wind shear on the decrease, that could really help the storm as well. See the current intensity HWRF going with what looks to be just around a 110 to 105 mile an hour storm. JWC going with 115. That was as of a couple hours ago, so these are a bit old. But as you see, wind shear. Let's look over it to wind shear. It's going to be on the rise a little bit. Then it's going to start to lower, and that's going to really become in the storm's favor, as it's going to probably take advantage of that and really start to explode. That's what some of the models are calling for. Looking at sea surface temperatures, you can see they're pretty marginal, just around 29, in some cases around 30 degrees Celsius, but those will start to tamper off as it continues to move to the south. Humidity is also relatively good for right now, but that's going to slowly start to tamper off as well, and that might affect the storm just a little bit. So the track, JTWC still calling for the little cup to the north of the storm. That could really change things a lot for like islands like Fiji. As you can see, most of the models are, but the rest of the models are pretty keen on it taking that little jog to the south and cutting over and going right over, if not passing really close to Port Vila. Looking at side imagery as of right now, you can see it's been blowing up some impressive cloud tops as that eye has collapsed. The eye is still there, it just has to clear itself out, as you can see. But if you live in Vanuatu and maybe in some of these other islands like in Fiji, you'd be keeping your eye out on the storm as it's going to be heading into your area, and Forester team will be doing 6-hour updates very soon as the storm nears your area. So this is update 5 on Cyclone Harold. Make sure to keep an eye out if you're in these areas and make your cyclone preparations now, as the storm is right on your doorstep.
Check out our new look cyclone tracker on the Force 13 website for the latest up-to-date information. You can also find us, of course, on our YouTube channel, search Force 13, and also on Facebook and Twitter, Force 13 at Force 13 on Twitter for the latest updates. You can also help the project become even better by becoming an Ultimate Fan on YouTube. To see the full list of Ultimate Fan benefits and to join, visit youtube.com/force13/join. With a special thanks to our top supporters this month. You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colours wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.